Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. Trevor Bauer's season is over. Bauer's administrative leave has been extended through the end of the regular season and the playoffs. The Dodgers right-hander hasn't pitched since June 28th. That's when sexual assault allegations first surfaced against the 30-year-old. Those allegations are being investigated by Major League Baseball as well as authorities in California. And for more on this, let's now welcome in the host of the Nothing Personal podcast with David Samson, Mr. David Samson. David, we knew that this was likely going to happen. We've been talking about this for a couple of months now. So in terms of what this now means for Trevor Bauer and for the Dodgers, where are we?
I think Major League Baseball said to the union that we have to stop meeting like this, because what they were doing is having a phone call every single week, because administrative leave only lasts 7 days. And for every 7-day period after that, it has to be with agreement between MLB and the union. And of course, the union was going to agree, because they've got a real problem on their hands with Trevor Bauer. So his leave had been extended 7 days, 7 days, 7 days. Finally, they said, we're in September. Let's just not take the focus away from the postseason. Let's let the Dodgers focus on getting to the postseason and seeing if they can repeat. Let's get positive narrative stories out there. So they said, let's just extend it to the end of the regular season and the playoffs. And that's what they did.
So in terms of where Major League Baseball is at in investigating, because he's still being paid while he's on administrative leave. Now, MLB is obviously doing an investigation into this. So, I mean, how much longer do we see this going on?
As long as it takes. MLB has to wait to see what happens with the criminal situation, because as you know, the district attorney's office right now is pondering whether or not to actually press charges. If they do not press charges, then MLB can make its decision on how long his suspension will be. If the district attorney does press charges, MLB is going to wait even longer, because if he is found guilty in a court of law by a jury of his peers, that would certainly impact the length of the suspension. Either way, we knew that Trevor Bauer was not coming back this year. And frankly, coming back next year, to me, has always been a fait accompli that he would not pitch. And I think you're going to see that happen. I think he's done, Jeremy. D-O-N-E.
But David, he signed a $102 million contract back in February with the Dodgers, 40, 42, and then a third-year option. So what happens with the contract now? What are the Dodgers going to do with this big contract?
Well, both the Dodgers and Trevor Bauer are definitely lawyering up. Excuse me. I'm a lawyer. I can't even say lawyer. Because on administrative leave, the pitcher still gets paid. When you're suspended, you do not get paid. So Trevor Bauer is getting paychecks every 2 weeks from Los Angeles Dodgers. The Dodgers want there to be a suspension so then they can stop paying him. But once the suspension is over, if there's still time left on his original contract, which there could be, the Dodgers are going to try to get out of that contract by saying he violated a clause that every contract has that requires a player to act in the best interests of baseball and in the best interests of the team. And if the Dodgers claim he has not acted that way, he can then grieve it through the regular grievance process with Major League Baseball. So we are only in the second inning of the Trevor Bauer saga.
Second inning of the Trevor Bauer saga. Okay, our Nothing Personal podcast host, David Samson, joining us to talk about Trevor Bauer and the end of his season. David, thanks for hopping on with us. Appreciate seeing you. And of course, for more on this, David's obviously going to be talking about this on his podcast, Nothing Personal with David Samson. It is one of the podcasts you want to listen to. It's sports, it's business, it's entertainment. It's everything that you need to know with a very interesting twist, courtesy of David Samson. You can download and follow wherever you get your preferred podcast audio.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.